everyone, and welcome to A Light Heart Tarot. My name is Val, and for those of you who are new, welcome to the sacred space. This is a space where we come together and as we support each other as we navigate through this journey of grief, whether it is through the tarot readings or meditations or sharing stories. And for those of you who have been on this journey with me, welcome back. So today we're going to do a pick a card, and I am now introducing the third pile. I've been doing 1 and 2 piles for the last couple of weeks, and now I'm introducing the third pile. So I have already blessed this space. I have already asked for our loved ones and our guides and even our own higher self to come in and support us in the most beautiful energy and to offer and provide messages of comfort and love. Now, know that you're not really restricted to any one pile. You can choose all 3 of them or whichever one calls to you. Especially in grief, I always feel that there is a message in every single pile that has a medicine or healing for you. So just know that there's no wrong pile here. We will go through just the general energy, and while for the majority of the readings I haven't been lately pulling in specific names and energies, for some reason today this feels like a different day, so I don't know what will come through, but we will also pull general messages as well as charms to for confirmation. So, looking at the 3 piles here, we have pile 1, which is from the Lantern Oracle deck. We have the Home card. So may your body be where a harmonious balance of love, strength, light, and pleasure lives. And we have the Phoenix charm. So this would be for group 1. For group 2, this is the Raven Wands Oracle, and the card is Release. And your charm is the Choo Choo Train. And then for pile 3, this is from the Oracle of Visions deck. And then we have this Smooth Stone. And so take a moment. You can close your eyes. You can pause this and just see where you're being pulled to. And again, there will be messages of comfort and clarity in all of these piles, but whichever group that you're being led to, go with your intuition on that. And with that, we're going to start with pile number 1. Okay, so if you selected the Home card and the Phoenix, welcome to group number 1. So the energy that I'm already picking up from this pile is that of I'm trying to find the words for this, but you, my dear sweet group number 1, you are finding moments of joy, these pockets of joy after a long period of challenges, of hurdles, of navigating very difficult moments. You have also in this group, my beautiful group 1, And again, I'm hearing from the collective that is coming through in this group to just keep pouring love onto you, because you have, from a small and a young age, have been through a lot of difficult moments, and especially in losing those that you love. So this is a mother energy that is coming through. Maternal energies as well. So sisters, aunts, mothers, grandmothers, even best friends are coming in this particular group. And again, as I've always said, it's really difficult for me to pull names because there's so many of you that I channel for, those who have been with me, and then those also whom I haven't met yet. But there's one name that just keeps tugging at me, um, and it's Sandy. So there is a Sandy that is coming through, um, wanting to just acknowledge that she's here, because she understands that I've been trying to be good at not singling out specific people, but um, there is this beautiful energy of this feminine collective that's coming together, and they're surrounding you, encircling you, and just showering these beautiful messages of love. You are beautiful. You are kind. You are strong. You have been through the fire. You have been through the coals. You have been through the mountains. Your feet have been scratched. Your face has been bruised. Your hands sometimes are red with trying to climb this mountain, but you have made it, is what I'm hearing from the collective here. What your loved ones want you to know is there is now this opportunity for you to rest, and rest in finding your peace, rest in finding your joy. I am hearing also that for some of you who have selected this group, you have been a caretaker. You have been the caregiver of your loved ones. And for many of you, it is all that you've ever known. Being so supportive, being there to take them to their appointments, being, even for some of them, living with you, and for you making sure that all of their needs are met. And now that they have passed away, for some of you, the question is, what do I do now? For some of you, the question may be, who am I now? And the answer is, you are the same beautiful soul who has been there for me, who has taken care of us, who has really been the light holder. And they are letting you know, as we see with the Phoenix, that it is time. Take the pain, the grief, the sadness, and rise. Rise in providing the love and the care that you gave so much to others. Be able to provide that to yourself. Rise in being able to take that trip that you may have been thinking about. Right now, I'm seeing there's someone who has been making a trip to go to Tennessee. And for those of you who are in the US, and it feels like it's just a domestic trip, but that is something that's very specific, and it's saying take that trip. For everyone else, there is a place that you have been wanting to go to, that you have been pushing off for different reasons at different times, because you were needed to be there for your loved one. And they're letting you know, pack your bags, take that trip. Take the art class, I'm hearing as well. I'm also hearing take the cooking class. For some of you, I'm hearing that this is a combination of cooking and traveling. So traveling to a different place to take that cooking class. Whatever it is that you have had on your dream wall, your vision board, on your phone, or what you've been speaking about and trying to manifest with either your friends or family, now is the time to take that endeavor. Now is the time to make this into the year of yes. There's a book by Chandra Rhimes. I think it's called uh, the, the Year of Yes. And basically, it's when invitations come in for going out to dinner, for lunch, going out on a trip, taking a class, or even just taking a walk, or doing something that scares you. When we say yes, we're inviting these beautiful moments to come into our lives. And your loved ones want you to know that you are not alone doing this, for they are living through the memories with you. They are experiencing everything that you're experiencing, as well as the emotions that come with that, the joy, the wonder, the excitement. These are the things that make them happy and give them joy as well. So, this is the message that they are bringing to you and letting you know how important it is for you to find that joy center. I'm pulling now from the dark mirror. So these are messages specifically around what specifically, as we're navigating grief, do our loved ones want us to pay attention to. So I'm going to show this super quick because I don't know if I'm supposed to be showing this, but we have Naked Before the Stars. And I'm just going to put this off to the side as I get, and she's really not naked, but again, it's been so long since I've been on YouTube. I don't really know all of the rules here, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm following them. And we have Temple of My Body. Now, these are two huge juxtapositions here, right? We have one who is really has that soft energy, really embracing just embracing their body, meaning that it is home to them. And then there is that feeling of the juxtaposition here of feeling out of place in your body, feeling again, who am I? Who am I now? What am I supposed to do moving forward? So it's interesting with these three cards, all about finding home and creating that harmonious balance. We have this feeling in which your loved ones are acknowledging that there sometimes has been a movement to extremes. So either you're at home, you felt at home or at peace, because it's not necessarily about your body. It's really, are you at peace? Are you emotionally at peace? Or have you been feeling out of sorts, not yourself? Have you been feeling the emotions disrupting and moving through you, but not having a place to anchor that? And so your loved ones are coming in and they are asking you to allow love to surround you, the support of your friends, support of family. Allow those moments where you take a break and you treat yourself to something that brings you pleasure. So for me, every time when I am feeling pulled out from myself and I begin to feel that heavy grief, I'll go to Rita's Custard and I'll get ice cream and I'll sit on a bench and watch trains go by as I'm taking those slow moments to come back to self. There are many support systems, and again, that's why I'm talking about the year of yes, because when we start then feeling out of sorts and out of alignment, that's when the earth angels come in, where your loved ones are sending earth angels to come in to invite you to places, to take you out on a spa day, or maybe it's just to sit and to talk, or to take a painting class, or even if, let's say, you're someone like myself who lives far away from their friends and does a lot of things independently, maybe it's taking a drive. So it's finding those things that's going to bring you back into alignment. And so being too overindulgent, finding distractions such as work or over shopping or anything that is pulling you out, pulling you into self is on this side. Anything that pulls you out of self is on this side. And so it is just, where is the balance? Where can you then be anchored in your life, in yourself, and be at home? There's another image coming through of just, it's a sister energy coming through, and she's sending a reminder, um, where, and it's a memory of where you all used to get Sunday morning pedicures. And so this was something it was very simple. So just quick pedicures. Sometimes you would do it yourself, sometimes you would actually go out, but it does feel like that was something that brought you joy, moments of being able to gossip, share stories, catch each other up. And then I'm seeing it was going out. Just okay, so there's two people coming in. One is sharing an orange Julius, so whoever that pertains to, because I don't think orange Julius is even around anymore. So that, I think, is an 80s reference. And the second is going to the mall, and it's the Panda Express. So pedicures and Panda Express. So um, these are like really small little activities, but they bring so much joy. And they're coming to you as a collective, and they're just sharing this memory of, do what makes you happy, do what makes you smile. So if it means going to get a pedicure and different colors on all your toes, and then going to Panda Express or whatever the latest smoothie juice place is, do that. Do what brings you joy, and do what makes you happy. We're going to pull now a couple, and I'm going to move these two away so that I can just have room. I'm going to pull a couple of messages. And this is from my From Heaven with Love deck. So words cannot describe what it is like here. Know that I am safe and I am surrounded by love. And most importantly, I have never left your side. So I definitely feel everyone who is in this group, your loved one is with you always. And I even see where you all, when you're cooking, when you're driving, even going to the supermarket or to the movies, you're sharing moments with your loved one. And sometimes you may ask yourself, are they there with me? And they're letting you know, yep, we are right here with you, doing every single thing that you're doing. And I will send earth angels to help you when you need them most. So this is what I was mentioning before. So many times when you are feeling out of alignment, your loved ones are sending you earth angels. These are people that you may know, people that who may be complete strangers. I've had earth angels where I'm in the supermarket, and there are people who just come up to me, and it's the weirdest thing. I had one who invited me to her home to cook dinner. I didn't go, but she ended up becoming a really good friend, because I kept seeing her at the supermarket over and over again. And then it turned out that her son passed away the same day as my husband passed away. So there's just people who come into our lives for a reason. Dear love, I love you. So that is the most important message, if anything, that you can take away from this pile that you need to hear. And I miss you. Oops, one more. No one understands more than I how difficult all of this is for you. I will help you get through this. When moments feel overwhelming to you, remember to breathe. We will take each moment as it comes together. So you are definitely not alone in this group at all. Again, as I said, they're with you in every single moment. And then let's pull one advice card. Nope. It's you. So a child's love. The love between a parent and a child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. So, Spirit and your loved ones, not only is this confirmation that they're in this group, there are parental figures, mothers, just acknowledging that they're here, but really what I'm feeling is that inner child doing the things that bring you pleasure. What is going to make you feel at home? So if you can think about when you were a child, what brought you joy? For me, it was running down hills and listening to music and eating ice cream. So that's why every time you hear me do a reading, I talk about ice cream. But what brings you joy? What makes you happy? And do that and connect back with that beautiful inner child spirit and allow it to just open up your heart and to really feel back at home and balanced with yourself. I'm going to pull from the charm box on different ways that your loved one is connecting with you. There are also symbols of confirmation just to confirm that you're in the right space. But I would also love to hear from you ways that your loved one in this pile, how do they connect with you? So please put that in the comments. Okay. I'm trying to get some letters here. Whatever this is, there's a lot. Okay. Or it felt like it was a lot. So the first charm that we have, this is a whistle, and I got this from Peru. It's something, I just took it off of my keychain. So this is something that I always carry with me just because Peru was like the most fun time that I had. I was there for about 2 months, but I love this because it's the trio of sisters. And so, again, for those of you whom, if these are close friends or sisters, they are coming in and connecting with you. And also, there may be a connection to Peru, to mountains, to South America. Take it as it resonates. The second is P and a 3. So when I see this, I think of the show Charm, because I believe that was the name of Piper's Club, P3. But P could also stand for the initial of a first name, last name, middle name, as well as the 3 could have a significance, as well as V. So V and 4. So again, I'm just feeling a lot like V. For this one, I'm feeling the 80s sitcom V. So there was definitely in this group, there's a lot of 80s references that kept coming in my head. So the show V, Silver Spoons, Charm was not from the 80s, but still it has that same sitcom nostalgia thematic going on. So the 80s could definitely be something of symbolism. We have a pink heart and a key. So opening that heart, but it's also a reminder that we do not have to shut ourselves off from other people. We can enjoy life. We can do things that make us smile, bring joy. It's okay, and you're not betraying them by having those moments. It's also for some of you a reminder that life has been hard, and sometimes it causes us to build walls around us. All we have to do is just use the key to open it back up, to let life in again. And I'm also seeing for some of you, what's coming in for me is a reference to Barbie. So whoever had, again, 80s references, whoever had the crystal Barbie, which I think was like one of the first times in my generation when Barbie was like really, where you had to like, the prices went really high for the Barbie collectibles. So I remember I couldn't touch the crystal Barbie. I can only touch her once a year. And then I think I just had a meltdown and I took all the Barbies out of their box and ruined their value, but whatever. I had fun playing with them. So again, going back to what makes you happy. This is a charm from, now I can't remember the bracelet, but it's the water of life. So, which is that whole, the premise of water of life is that we're all connected and there is no beginning or end. And so for your loved ones, they're also sharing that there is no beginning or end. Energy is constantly flowing and your loved ones are constantly around you. And even though you may not be able to see them, and that's really the frustrating part, because with love, we want to have them with us all the time and to show them our love, and to see them show us love back, and to just be in their company because they're just such beautiful people. They're letting you know that life is constantly flowing and constantly moving. And someone's telling me that you will understand this one day. It may not be today, but you will understand it. How they have never left you, and they are always here, holding your hand. We have blessed, so that may have resonance to you. I'm also feeling with this, with the blessed, Sunday, also Saturday. So I'm seeing Saturday revivals. So I know that's a specific thing for certain places. Um, I used to go to them if I was like way up north, or if I went to the south, there would be these Saturday revivals, where the whole community would get together. We would listen, um, sit and listen to Bible study, and then we would go out and have picnics and things like that. And then Sunday would go to church. But those are some of the images that I am picking up from that. And here's an interesting one, because I don't remember ever putting this into the charm. And to be honest, I do not remember where I got this from. But as someone who knows Japanese, I know that this is Chinese. So there may be a connection to that. Also, you could have been born in the year of the tiger. You could also have a connection. I believe this is Kuan Yin. So have a connection with Kuan Yin. Or also, this reminds me, although I know it's not 100% connected, could be connected to the red envelope. So during the Chinese lunar, when the new year comes in, there is a tradition and a ritual of providing envelopes that have to give blessings to family members. And so this is also with the blessed. Your loved ones are sharing blessings with you and healing with you. Beautiful. I hope that this helped and it provided some clarity. If you have questions, please feel free to put it into the comments. So you can either, if this is where I leave you, I give you my love and light, or you can follow me into group 2. As I mentioned, there may be messages also in group 2 that apply to you. So again, sending all my love and light to you, and I hope that you have a beautiful rest of your day. So welcome, my beautiful hearts. And so if you chose the release card, and I called it before the choo-choo train. I don't know why I said that, because I don't usually call it that, but the train. Then welcome to group number 2. So I already have a feeling now that each of the piles are going to be different, because in pile 1, I only used the one card from the Oracle deck, which was the surface card. For this one, I'm being called to pull 2 other cards for clarification, because there is a story. But what I'm definitely feeling that in this group here, you have been on a journey into self-discovery, as well as understanding the meaning of life. And so what I'm being shown, and I'm pulling just 2 cards. Dreaming days. And we have nature of the beast. So we see a lot of just animals here. So this is a confirmation that your fur babies in spirit are coming to let you know that they're here. But as I said, there has been a journey, and we see that with this train. Journey into self-discovery and journey into really finding those tools, support system, and resources that has been helpful through the process of navigating through grief. And so with the release card, what we see, and with the nature of the beast, as well as with the dreaming days, your loved ones have been sending earth angels in the form of your fur babies. So for what I'm feeling, for some of you who have connected with pile 2, when your loved one passed away, I am seeing you were presented with a companion, such as it could be a dog, a cat, or even a canary or some type of bird, which has really been a companion and has really been there as an emotional support animal for you. And for many of you, you are someone who is solitary in nature, and so having that connection with your fur baby or feather child, I don't know what the correct word is for that, has really been a comfort and a godsend to you. I'm also seeing that for many of you, this group in general, I am seeing, whereas in group 1, it was mostly feminine energy, this is a group of masculine and feminine energy. It feels like it's parents, where you may have been the only child and have lost both, either one or both of your parents, and have had to navigate most of your life by yourself. And that's why you have this connection with animals and with just having an emotional connection. It has also felt like you have in your energy, you are someone who is a leader, very strong, someone who is independent and takes on a lot on their own. But there is a sadness, there is this longing, and sometimes there is a wish of, I wish my loved one was here. And I know that that is something that all of us, when we lose our loved ones, would say. But there is a specific looking back through memories, through just childhood, through your early adult, and just acknowledging and really feeling that emptiness. And what they're pulling from me is I lost my mom between 6 and 9. And again, for those who have been on this channel, know that for everyone, with the exception of my husband, I have mentally erased certain details around when my parents had passed away. I could look it up, but it's not. It hasn't really been important for me. I just know that I lost my mom when I was very young, and then I lost my aunts and then my uncles, uh, all before the age of 10 years old. And then I lost my father when I was 20. And so all of that to say, when it was, I was in my relationship and doing those actions, such as having your first job, graduating college, um, meeting that person that you knew was going to be the love of your life, there was a visible and tangible loss that I felt. Imagining having children or getting married and my mother and father not being there. And so that is what I am sharing, where you are looking back and you are noticeably feeling the depth and the effect of loss. And so that sometimes creates this dreaming of what would it have been like if they were here, or sometimes even feeling that something feels incomplete. And so your loved ones are coming in and they're acknowledging that. They're sharing so much love here, and they're also sharing, this is why through your life they have sent what I always call as earth angels, and have sent these moments into your life to not make up for their loss, because nothing can make up for the loss of a loved one, but to support you through it. So for some of you, it may have been getting into the college that you wanted, the job that you wanted, being supported by a beautiful and a strong and healthy group of friends, which that for not, and many people have that. And so there are the blessings that come into your life, whether it is through relationships, whether it is through the things that you've accomplished, or the things that you have, or what you've experienced. These things have come in to support you because your loved ones understand the loss and the depth of the loss that you have had. I'm also seeing there are rituals here. And so we have just the things that we do every day, but there are also things that we do to honor our loved ones. And so I am seeing for many of you, we have this beautiful honoring of spirituality. So visiting their grave sites, or I'm also seeing for some of you, you've become poets and writers. You've also, I'm seeing, and it's funny because this group, as I said, it's a mixed group of men and women, but they're all showing me, if you can imagine a wallet that just like where pictures kind of fall down, it's like each and every single one of them is showing me all of your accomplishments and how proud they are of you. So some of you, I'm seeing you have gone into the healing arts, you have become grief counselors yourselves, all of these things that you're doing to honor them and also to bring healing to others is what I'm seeing. And it's just such a beautiful thing. You all have each provided, even in your pain and in your loss, you provide love and light to others and support to others. But they're also coming in and letting you know that it is okay for you to ask for help. You don't have to do everything by yourself. It is also okay to be angry. And that's something that I don't really talk about much about. About it's okay for us to be angry at our loved ones for passing away. And again, we know that we're not really exhibiting anger towards our loved one, but there is an anger that it happened. And through anger is where we're able to find passion, creativity, where we're able to find that spark that helps move us. And so your loved ones are saying, let that anger come in and let it move you. Let it pitch a fire under your butt and to do the things that that you want to do. So I'm going to pull a couple of cards from, this is called the Dark Mirror Oracle, and these are specific, I don't want to call them shadow sides, but what are some specific things that we can look at to bring light and understanding as we are navigating healing. So we have Queen of My World. And whoever's in group number 1, you'll definitely notice that this is a totally different reading from the first group. And Downcast Pride. So first we have that red and gold going on here. We also see the roots, and we see roots here. So as I mentioned, you are someone who has been a leader, has been someone who has really gone through life as being independent, taking care of things, and you have everything that you haven't had in your life, you have provided it for yourself. But there is also, as we see with this Queen of My World, we can do many things on our own and be independent, but as you can see, she's by herself. And it's kind of feels like with this whole backdrop, she's someone who's warm, charismatic, and again, just because this is, I'm doing energy and not sex here, because this person is warm, charismatic, and just such a beautiful soul, their surroundings are cold and desolate. And so your loved ones are coming in and they're letting you know, do not close your heart to love or to letting others come in and seeing the full you. And with this gold, you have so much to share, so much wisdom, so much healing that you and stories that you can offer to others. However, by keeping ourselves walled up and disconnected from other people, it then creates, as we are rooted in one place, and we prohibit ourselves from moving forward. We also, when we have that feeling of I can do it by myself and I do not need help, we then pull away and take away the opportunity for others to help us. And I know all of you have heard the story of my adventures on a mountain and getting stuck up there and ending up having to have two women carry me down the hill. And pride told me, I don't need help. I'm going to stay on this mountain all by myself all day long. And then my spirit said, you know, girl, there is no way that you're going to spend the night on this mountain where there are mountain lions and everything else. You need to just ask for help. And so it is hard, it is difficult, especially for those of us who have been and navigated through life by ourselves and having to do everything for ourselves. So I am even seeing there are some of you who have had situations just like myself where we've had to grow up quickly and had to then be help our parents, help our grandparents with certain things. And we didn't have the opportunity to always be a child. And your loved ones are coming in and are just saying, let people help you. While I know we tell ourselves, I can do it by myself, and yes, you can, we do not need to be strong every single moment of every single day. So allow others to help you. It's okay to ask for help. So that is what I'm seeing of what your loved ones want you to know. Now, what I'm going to share a couple of messages. We already have a talkative group here. Let's see if there are any more messages before I start reading. Okay. So, dear love, don't worry, I did not pass alone. Someone special came to walk me home. So that is specific to those of you, if your person passed away suddenly or you were not there, they're letting you know that they were okay. And dear love, no thing and no person in life is perfect. Just as we all have moments that we may regret, we know that we're just doing the best that we can. There may be someone who needs your understanding, and can you give it to them? And so, is there someone in your life who needs your help, who needs that moment of vulnerability from you to show that they're not alone? And also with the pride here, sometimes pride can sometimes get in the way of us being able to. There's two different paths here. So the one is pride gets into the way of helping us to forgive, even if we don't forget. So that is specific to someone if there is a current disagreement that's going on. But then also, just because we have done things one way does not mean everyone else is the same. And what I mean by that is, for many of you, you have been a strong group, as I said, leader doing things by yourself. There may be someone who is navigating similarly in grief, but they may be doing it in a totally different way. And it may cause confusion or us scratching our heads. Why is that person behaving in this way? And we sometimes have to step back and just know that not everyone's the same, and we don't all manage or navigate. Manage or navigate through grief the same way. And so I just want you all to. I'm just bringing that up because it just. I don't know why I'm now having trouble speaking. So that may be resonant. That may resonate with someone too about speaking. I'm really having trouble speaking. I will be right back. I am going to get water because my tongue is tied. Okay, I apologize for that. That may be specific to this group as well. So there may be trouble finding the right words to share with someone, being vulnerable and allowing someone to see the most inner and deepest parts of yourself. And so your loved ones are acknowledging that as well. I know that your mind, aka the bouncer in the club, does not always believe in the signs that you see. Please believe in your heart that I have never left you, and I am trying hard to send you messages and signs that I am here. Love never dies. So, for some of you, and again, for those of you who are new, I used to talk a lot about the bouncer in the club. So the bouncer in the club is the part, if you think of a nightclub, right? And you have all these thoughts coming into the nightclub, and the bouncer doesn't let certain people in. So the person, let's say, who's wearing a chicken outfit, or someone who isn't dressed correctly for the club, or someone who looks like they may be is going to cause a disruption. So this bouncer, aka your mind and the ego, loves us so much and just wants to protect us so much. It will sometimes, like the bouncer, keep certain thoughts from coming in. So if you're seeing signs or synchronicities, sometimes we'll say, is that true? Is that real? And we'll question it, or we'll say, that's just a coincidence. That isn't my loved one trying to get in contact with me. And it's not to be ill intent or to be dismissive, but sometimes we're going through so much, our mind just wants to protect us. And so it just makes sure that it's only letting those thoughts in that is going to be for the highest good. So when that happens, we'll dismiss if we see, for instance, there is a child maybe in front of you that has the same name as your loved one who has passed on. Or you may miss on a song that comes on the radio that is a song that you and your loved one used to dance to. And you'll just say, oh, that was the song that we used to dance to. Your loved ones are saying, through energy, they are sending these messages. When you think about everything that has had to happen in order for that child to be in front of you at that moment with the same name, or someone who has the same birthday as your loved one, or even looks or resembles your loved one. If you think about if that person, what they would have had to go through, they could have made any type of choice or step so that they wouldn't have been in the same place as you. And the same for you, where you could have made any number of choices where you would not have been in that situation either, to even hear that they share the same birthday or have the name or look like your loved one. So your loved one is just letting you know that all of these things happen for a reason. And that was a super long explanation, but I do know that there are new people here. So, and it's been a while since I've done these readings and have talked about the bouncer in the club. So, for those of you who take group number 2, there is your explainer. And one of you flipped over. Okay, I know that I didn't make this up. One of you just flipped over and went back in where I see you. Okay. Dear love, look for repetitive or symbolic numbers like 111, 444, 555, and even your birthday. So, confirmation of talking about birthdays. I am learning different ways to communicate with you. These are easy ways for me to grab your attention. So again, these signs do not come to us just out of the blue. They come to us to let us know that our loved ones are here. And I miss you. And that came into group 1 as well, but I love these messages because it's the thing that our heart, especially if you've been doing things on your own for so long, like it's like medicine to your soul sometimes. And shortly after I passed, you thought you felt me. You're right, you did. I just want you to know that I love you so much and I will be with you every single day. And I'm feeling one more. Thank you. Is there a place you want to show me or wish we had gone to together? Let's have an adventure today. I will be there with you, experiencing it all and making new memories. I love it. So let's pull out an advice card for you. I don't know what. It's either my tongue is stumbling or I keep dropping cards and fumbling stuff. So support. People come into your life for many different reasons. Some of you learn from and then they move on, while others return often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So, as we were talking about before, your loved ones, the one thing that they can share is allow other people to come in and support you. You've been holding the mantle by yourself for a very long time. And that's what I'm hearing from someone specific, is saying you've been holding the mantle for a very long time. It's okay to put it on a shelf and just rest and let others support you. Whether it's through earth angels, whether it is through tools or resources such as taking that adventure, taking a class, doing meditation, you can rest. You do not have to do everything on your own, is what they're sharing here. And so the last thing I want to do is go through the charm box for confirmation and also for just different ways that your loved one may be connecting with you in symbolic ways. And I also want to hear, what are some of the ways that your loved ones have been connecting with you, whether it's through feathers or pennies? I know we each receive messages from our loved ones in different ways, or some of us, we may not receive physical things, but maybe it's a dream or we smell something. So I would love to hear in the comments what some of those ways are. Okay. All right. So the first is the telephone box in the UK. So the UK may be important. I'm hearing the song from Maroon 5, I'm at a payphone trying to call home, and now I'm forgetting the rest of the words, but it's a sign that your loved one has been trying to connect with you. There's the other image that's coming up, and what is the name of this movie? It is Shaun of the Dead. So I think there's a connection with Shaun of the Dead. It was him and his best friend who were going through the zombie apocalypse. But the two figures that I am seeing is the best friend and then the father, who was played by Bill Nighy. And how the stepdad, was really rough on Shaun, but really loved him. So I'm being pulled back to the whole part where I was had tongue tie and was having difficulty expressing my words. I believe that what I'm feeling is that connection also from that father figure coming in and just saying, I didn't have the words to share with you, but I want you to know that I love you And so that is coming in through that. This is another charm, a Russian doll. But interestingly, I got this. Where was I? Because it definitely didn't match. I got this from New Zealand. And so, so it was a Russian doll that I got from New Zealand. So either New Zealand or Russia may have, or even Poland may have a certain connection to you. But it's also some. It's also what I'm feeling is where we end up doesn't always have to be where we started from, right? And so our pathway of where we ended up having to navigate life by ourselves sometimes and being independent may not be where we end up at. And it's also not our story. So if we have been through a lot of rough times, we can still arrive here in the present and say the past was very difficult and rough. However, in the present, I am full of life. I am learning. I am thriving. I have the support of friends and family, and I know that I'm not alone. So this is a message that your loved ones are bringing in as well as memories. And as we discussed before, many memories in your childhood have been difficult and painful. Some of them may be missing because you just for some of you, you may have lost a parent, a family member very young, and that created gaps in memory. But what I'm feeling is that all you need to do is just connect with them, and you'll be able to also connect with the memories that you all shared. And as you are in the present, experiencing new things, going on adventures, you are creating new memories, which then they are sharing and they are living through. And they are so appreciative of that. God is within her. She will not fail. Psalm 4:6-5. So for some of you, this Bible verse may have a significance. And even if you're not religious and believe or don't believe in God, if you just look at the words, you will not fail. Whatever your pathway, what has led you to this moment, it has been a difficult journey, but strength, love, support, all of these things have gotten you here. You have gotten yourself here, so you will not fail. The number 30, that may be significant to you, and J, or the number 8, maybe either initial of a first name, last name, and 8 may be significant, or the affinity sign if you put it sideways like this. So I hope that this reading provided some clarity and some gentle support. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it into the comments section. If you are looking for any type of support, reading, or meditations, free tools, please go onto my website. And you can either follow me into group number 3, where there may be additional messages for you, or if this is where I leave you, I will send you all of my love and light, and I will see you in the next reading. So, if you have selected this stone and this visual of the woman standing with the hummingbird, and as well as the Venus flytraps, then this is your reading. Now, this stone is so just so that you're aware, every single group has been different, and there's been a different energy. So this group feels like the group that I need to go down memory lane with. So every year for Derek, the anniversary of Derek's passing, I go somewhere by the water, because that is something that he always enjoyed doing, and I always pick up a rock. It may be a big rock. I have, as you can see, this rock that looks like a heart that I picked that up in New Hampshire. And this rock I got from my trip to New Zealand. And for whatever reason, it was a tiny rock, but it looks like to me, it reminds me of a scarab. And so the ancient Egyptian beetles that used to be encrusted in jewels and would sometimes be buried with the pharaohs or for people who were important. There are other spiritual meanings behind them, but that is what I always remember about it. And so your person, as I look at this, is someone who was very and is very important to you and has remained an important role in your life, that you almost look at them like an important person or like royalty. So someone, and I'm feeling in this group, whereas before it was in pile one, there were, a, it was very much feminine energy of sisterhood, maternal. We had a mixed group into this one. Feels like it is, these are the friends. These are the mentors, the people. These are the aunts and uncles whom you've looked up to. So you have placed them in this position of what I call importance and royalty, as they have really influenced your life. Now, for some, they may be parents as well, but for many, these are people who have influenced your life in a dramatic way. And so I am definitely feeling that this group is, for many of you, there has been, for some of you, a difficulty in navigating their passing. Because what it feels like is that for some, you may not have, when this person passed away, you both may not have been on the best of terms, or it was a very difficult relationship in the end. And so for this group, they're coming in and they're letting you know, if there's anything that you feel regret or you feel sorrow, they can hear everything in your heart, and they already know that you love them and they love you. And for many of them, as they have gone through their life review and they have seen how certain actions they may have taken would have arrived to the place where you all were at before their passing, or may have made relationships difficult or even create misunderstandings. They are looking at their role in this and how their role played a part. Also to say, just because they're looking at their role, I am just know I always know that there's two sides and two people can create a relationship. And so they are right now just understanding their role and also acknowledging the role that you have played to come into understanding and awareness. Excuse me. And so they're just really acknowledging that if there is regret, if there is doubt of if they're upset with you, if they're upset with you, or if you could have done things differently or better, they're letting you know they love you, they support you, they haven't left you, and they're proud of you, actually. They're also, for some in this group 3, are being very mindful to share that there are things that they have learned in this life that if they could have done it over again, that they would have. And for some, I feel the need for working hard, for being ambitious, but ambitious to the point where it was the only thing that was in their sight. And sometimes it affected relationships, and it may have affected how much they were present in other people's lives. They're acknowledging all of these things as they're going through the review, they're understanding what really is important in life, and they're sharing with you, because some of you may look at them and you emulate, or you just, because you want to make them proud, you may be following a certain path. They're just saying, take time to smell the roses, or the, I forget what, I don't think that's a carnation, I forget what flower that is, but take time to smell the flowers. Take time for yourself. Take time to breathe and do the things that make you happy, and also to connect with those around you whom you love and who love you. There's always going to be interesting things, right, that are taking place, splashy things, opportunities that may sometimes be once in a lifetime, or the job that's like one of those unicorn jobs, or there may be situations in which, if you feel like if you don't take advantage of it now, you're going to lose out on it. And they're just letting you know, sometimes those opportunities are great, but they may also keep you away from the things that are important, such as your health, your peace of mind, or your family. And so, therefore, it is really important to follow your intuition, follow your gut, and also know that whatever choice you make, it's the choice you're supposed to be making, and there's no way that you can fail. So that's just something that's really important that they want you to know. And I'm just asking them, do I need to pull another card? Because for the other pile 2, I pulled a bunch of cards. This one, it's telling me to pick one more. So we have this one, and we have this one. So we have this beautiful card with mother and child. I am receiving several messages from your loved ones regarding this, especially as it pertains to this, where there may be a life path that you're trying to stay on. Do not let it detract you or distract you from the things that matter most. And it may be a small child, but in energy, it could be your family members, your children, it can be very close loved ones. It is also a call to nurture yourself. So that inner child within you, and I feel like this is a thematic for all 3 groups really, but what are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that bring you happiness? And do more of those. But I am also hearing to stay curious. Stay curious about what comes after. And what do I mean by that? I'm being right now shown a conversation that I had. So when I lost my husband, I was going through a period of time where I think I took some time off from work, and I ended up going to Hilton Head in South Carolina, and had this conversation with 3 men who were all different executives. They had been powerful executives of financial companies, import companies, things like that. And I remember somehow we got onto the conversation about the meaning of life, and they were talking about being successful was great. It afforded them to be able to take their wives out on trips, to give them cooking lessons, to do the things for their family that they wanted to do. But at the end of the day, what ended up matter, what ended up being the most important thing for them was, how did you live? Were you kind? Were you a good soul? Did you spend time with your grandchildren? Did you tell your wife or husband that you loved them? And those are the things that really mattered. And if they were able to redo it, they would have balanced more of that into their life. And so I came away from that just really thinking about living your life by the obituary versus the resume. And so at the time, I was executive doing executive at a TV network, right? And all of a sudden, I was just like, no, I want something different. And so that is where a light heart tarot, light in the chaos, all came from. But I was shifting just my mindset, and then changes were being made so that then I can get to where I am here. And so all of this is just really coming back to that, allowing yourself to connect with your inner child, but also connect with the things that matter most at the core. So our family, relationships, even the relationships of ourselves. What matters to you? And bring that balance, that nurture into you, into your life. And also know that your loved ones are sending you that strength and that support. For some of you all, you are burnt out and you're feeling tired and you're feeling stressed. And there's those interesting moments that take place where it's like you feel an exhale and all it just feels like you're getting like a gentle massage, and that's your loved ones coming in. They are keenly aware of everything that you've been carrying and just trying to keep up appearances and just doing everything. And because you just want the best for yourself and for your family, but they also know that it's very much tiring and you feel burnt out. So they're bringing in these moments, such as through signs such as the bird, or bringing in these moments where you get to spend with your family, where it really realigns perspective and shows you the things that matter most. So that is what is coming up. So the next I'm going to pull is from the Dark Mirror Oracle. And these are additional aspects that our loved ones want us to pay attention to. Okay, I'm going to show this quickly, and then I'm just going to put something over it because I don't know if I can. I mean, she's not really naked, but she could be. I mean, she's naked too, but she has a baby covering her. So, is this me? And then one more. She's definitely naked, so I'm going to have to quickly cover her as well. So, alone in the world. So what's interesting about this is, again, as we're feeling in the energy, there has been this, it feels like a mask, and it feels like what your loved ones are acknowledging is that you've been strong. You've also have been trying to distract yourself. You've also been trying to really, it's like, if you think of this is a weird metaphor, but if you think whoever played Mario, Super Mario Brothers, right? And when you're going through the game, right, and you're trying to beat the clock and you're trying to accomplish all of these different tasks. So hit the mushrooms, go into the tunnels, do everything you have to do, and hurry up and get out just so that you can get into the next world. It feels like you are on this timeline trying to rush and do things, trying to be successful, trying to make sure that you have everything that you need, your family's taken care of, and it's just pulling you away from what matters and what's important. the actual connections, being able to give yourself balance. And you're asking yourself these questions. Is this me? Is this who I am? And I think for many of you, you're questioning your current situation. So for some of you, you may be questioning your job. Should I be moving into something different? Should I be moving to a new place? What is going to bring me peace? What's going to bring me peace of mind? What's going to connect me with my family? Because you also do feel alone in this world. And when I say alone, you do have friends and family, but it's there's a feeling of they do not understand what I'm going through. And so your loved ones are coming in and letting you know, actually, one, it's okay to feel this confusion or to feel, where am I going? Is this me? Two, those questions are going to be answered to you. If you're feeling it in your body and if you're feeling it in your soul, then it is definitely time to make a change. And three, do not be afraid to ask for help, and or to ask for someone to be a soundboard to listen, because I feel like there's a lot of things going on in your life that you're holding in on yourself because you don't want to burden other people, and it just even creates even more sadness and stress and everything. So do not be afraid to share what's going on with other people. Have them as a soundboard, give you advice, help you plan, make a plan if you're looking to move out of a job, or if you're looking to move to a new space, city, country, town, wherever. What's important is to get yourself out from here and to have more freedom. And so that is really the important message that your loved one wants to share. So I'm going to move these cards so that I don't have these beautiful flowers in the way, so that when I start pulling messages, then nothing's obstructed. So one moment. Okay, so let's now see what messages your loved ones want to share. I love you. My favorite message of all. Dear love, the biggest gift you can give to me and to yourself is to give yourself grace. You are doing the best that you can, and give yourself permission to do what you need to navigate through this. And this is what we've been discussing here about doing things, whether, again, this is a mentor, a friend, a family member. You've been on this path just and making them proud, and you're even through all of the difficulties that you've been through. I'm hearing the Maya Angelou poem, I Still Rise. You still rise. But it's also okay to not be perfect, to not be the best, to not be the all at everything, and to give yourself grace. Sometimes we're going to fall. Sometimes we're going to make shifts and changes. Sometimes we're going to have to start things all over again, and that's okay. Allow yourself grace. You are doing the best that you can, and they're acknowledging that, and they're especially acknowledging it because they've been through this, and they are now seeing, if I could do things differently, I would just have given myself grace. So allow yourself grace. Okay, I'm taking two since both of these kind of flipped over. So dear love, I know that we didn't always see eye to eye when we were together. I view life differently now that I can see things from a higher perspective. Please forgive me. So again, this is what we were talking about earlier, about for some of you, there may have been friction, there may have been tension in right before your loved one passed away. And they're acknowledging their part, that we didn't always see eye to eye, but it's okay. When they're able to do their life review and they strip away the emotions, the ego, everything that may have influenced how they reacted to you or how they received what you may have shared, they're seeing that things could have been different. And they're acknowledging and they're asking you to please forgive them. So again, this is when we were talking about, you do not need to hold on to regret or guilt, for they have forgiven you already. They love you and they just want you to give yourself grace. Dear love, I've learned that every person in every moment that graces our life is a gift. It has shaped us into who we are, whether in the physical or on the other side. Please remember this and never take one moment or person for granted. If you appreciate or love someone, let them know. Share their blessings. Share those blessings with them and yourself. So if you're feeling like you need a change because you're working too hard, or you need to move the family or yourself somewhere to find peace, do not wait for the end. As I was saying, live by the obituary, not the resume. What can you do to give yourself peace today? And I'm also acknowledging there are some situations in which I'm saying live by the obituary, and you may say, well, I can't move because I need to have resources or support or whatever it is. And I'm acknowledging that. There, I'm just asking, what are the little ways that you can give yourself to gift yourself that peace of mind? So if you're someone that works long days, maybe when you get home, and I used to have a job that would require me to be on the phone all day long. However, I did put in a boundary and I said to my job, after this time, the phone's not coming back on. My work phone's not coming back on until the next morning. So unless there's a fire, you're not going to hear back from me. Or if that's something that doesn't work, maybe you can do what I do and get yourself ice cream, right? Those moments, whatever small moments you can do that brings yourself a peace of mind and just reconnects you back to yourself, those are the important things that matter. If if you're a child or your brother or sister or someone, they want to go out for a movie, can you make that happen? If you can't, can you share 5 minutes on the phone with them? What are those little moments that we can do to put into someone else's emotional and energy bank, and what can we do to put it back into our emotional and energy bank? Dear love, you are incredible and amazing, and we're proud of you over here. So in case you needed that reminder, they are proud of you. And dear love, when you want to connect with me, close your eyes and place your hand over your heart. Take a deep breath and just listen. In the stillness, you will be able to feel me and perhaps even hear me. Beautiful messages. So let's take a moment to pull an advice card from your loved ones. So what advice and we have hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with someone specific in your life, there is always hope. There is always hope. Whether it is through a situation that you're in, whether it is through relationships that you're in, there's always, it may not be easy. So again, I don't want to make light or little any situation, because if there's strains in relationships, those things are difficult to navigate. If there's strain in your career, those things are also difficult to navigate. But there's always hope. And so take a moment, and sometimes we have to step out in order to come back with fresh eyes to see places where we can make plans or um, put actions into play, or even to be able to see a situation without being from a third person point of view. So when you remove the emotions, it allows us to see situations for what they are more clearly. But there is always hope, and your loved one especially is letting you know there is always hope, and they love you and they miss you. So the last thing I'm going to do is for confirmation and for signs, we're going to go through the charm box. So I would love to hear from you different ways that you receive signs, if you do, from your loved ones. And these charms will have confirmations, whether it's letters, initials, there may be stories attached to it, because I've had just did a lot of stories in group 1 and 2. Okay, so let me shuffle so I'm not picking up. And okay. So we have 40. That may be significant, but also if you reduce this number to 4, it's about support. So looking for support from your friends and family, and also knowing that your loved ones in spirit are here to support you too. We have J8. This also appeared in group number 2, so there may be messages in group 2 that may be important to you. And that may be a first initial, last initial, middle initial. And we have B4. So I did shuffle these, but we have J and B that's showing up. So, oh wait, BP showed up in the last one. Okay, because I was getting concerned that I was like pulling the same charms, but V may be important, or the number 4. We have this charm with a heart and a pearl. So what is interesting is I'm receiving energy of an aunt energy coming in. This is someone who wears pearls, very much of high stature, just meaning, just always, you never saw her go out without being dressed. And someone who was just like the aunt that everyone always just like wanted to be at, because they were the cool aunt, but they were older, not like the young cool aunt. This is like the older cool aunt that went on trips and or always had interesting stories to tell. So it's just we all had those family members where there's like personalities to them. And so this is definitely, she's coming through. This energy is coming through, letting you know that she's supporting you and guiding you. But also for others, we have that pearl, that preciousness, and the preciousness of life, and really just, again, just allowing us to see life as something. I don't want us to live like every day is going to be our last, and so we're out like trying to seize the world every single day. But just understanding relationships, life, everything is an opportunity for us to make the best of it, whether it's relationships or um, just every single day. And then we have the Easter egg. So April or March may be significant, as I think Easter falls usually on one of those months. Also, I'm seeing Alice in Wonderland when I look at this, because of the rabbit. That may be important. That may also be one of your favorite holidays. I also have a really random did you know, which, did you know that Easter is the holiday that has the highest sales of toys I think it may be right, like Christmas is like Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, may be big, but I think Easter is like pretty much in the top 5 or 10 of the highest toy sales, and I don't know why I needed to share that. So toys and inner child may be again a connection, but I when I learned that I was like, huh, interesting. So this I believe was in pile one. So being a not to have such a wall around your heart is what I felt in pile one. In this group, I feel it's also to let love in, but you have the key to unlock all the opportunities that you desire. It's also coming in to just be gentle with yourself. So to be gentle with your own heart. You're pushing, I just feel like some of you are in this group maybe burned out. You're pushing yourself a lot. Be gentle with yourself. And it's the same thing with this petal, to be gentle with yourself, just like the petal. Because we see things here bent a little bit and glue is coming off of these like beads and everything, and it's delicate and it's fragile, but it's it's a hardy little thing. But just be gentle with yourself. I'm also hearing the name Flora that's coming up for me, or Florence. We have dream, so allow yourself to dream and to have hope. And then we have the bicycle. And this is like one of those old fashioned bicycles, but still, it's that navigating through life is sometimes, because when I always see this bike, every time I see videos of it, the person who rides it is a little shaky. So life is shaky sometimes. Um, and sometimes we fall. Sometimes we have to get back on the bike and keep on going. But the point is to not stop. Just keep going. I'm also seeing still another connection, tricycle. So there's I am feeling a young energy coming through. And the image I'm seeing is this would be a young male energy. And if you remember the big bikes that were in the 80s, 70s and 80s, so it was like the big wheel in the front, and you would have the two smaller wheels in the back, and it was low to the ground. Like that's the image that I'm seeing. Um, brown curly hair, and again, he's just showing me that image. His passing would have been a while ago, and even though all of the spirits in this group know that I've been trying not to do specific energies. Um, that image did show up, and so um, because it did, I don't want to withhold that from someone. So I hope that this helped, and I hope that it provided you with some clarity and guidance. I think with all three of the groups, it's really that hope and that support, and knowing that your loved ones are really trying their best to let you know that they're here, as well as to let you know that you're not alone on this journey. So give yourself some grace. Eat ice cream, take walks, and um, let's not be hard on ourselves. So thank you so much for allowing me to hold space for you, and I will see you all in the next reading.